What is going on, Cardano community? Welcome back to the channel. As a part of today's video, we're going to do what we always do here, which is talk about the growth and development of Cardano. So we're going to kick things off with the weekly Cardano development update, and then we're going to talk about Cardano 360 and their latest January episode, which was just released by IOG. Following that, we're going to chat a little bit about the node desynchronization, not necessarily an outage, and a new version of the Cardano node that has been released. And then in closing of today's video, we're going to talk about Xerberus, wash trading, and the WingRiders DAO, which was just released. And then we're going to close out with a brief article on NuFi and their adoption of the Milkameta Cardano side chain. Now, before we jump into today's video, if it's your guys' first time stopping by, my name is Fareed, and I aim to provide you guys in the Cardano community with the latest news, tutorials, and reviews for the top projects and builders within the ecosystem. If you guys appreciate this timely content, please make sure to tap that like button. If it's your first time stopping by and you want to join the Dapp Central fam, consider subscribing. And I've recently launched my own stake pool, and so if you guys are looking to support the channel that way, then make sure to delegate using the stake pool ticker DAPP. You will be able to earn between the months of March and May the Meld and Genius tokens by delegating. Again, that's going to wrap it up for the intro, and so without taking up any more time, let's go ahead and jump straight into today's content. The first article I want to talk about, or the first topic I want to talk about, is going to be the weekly development report, which highlights all the key stats and highlights of Cardano. So as we can see here, we now have over 113 projects launched with over 1,100 builders with more than 7.63 million native tokens floating around on the Cardano network. We've now got almost 70,000 policies with more than 5,500 Plutuscripts, with now more than 611 of them taking advantage of all of the upgrades that were deployed as a part of the Vassal hard fork. Now, taking a look at the left-hand corner, or the left-hand side here, we have some key highlights. And the first and probably the biggest one is that we now have some headway in terms of the completion of SIP number 1694, which is going to initiate the Voltaire era. If you're not familiar with what the Voltaire era is going to focus on, it will focus on on-chain governance. So we're going to see new mechanics or new features to implement and allow and support the voting of proposals on-chain and just the governance of the Cardano blockchain as a general by the community. So that's a relatively big upgrade there. Now, we also have some ongoing development for the Lace desktop wallet. If you guys are not familiar with Lace, it's going to be a light wallet developed by IOG, which is one of the foundations building or behind the actual Cardano blockchain. Now, I do have quite a few videos surrounding Lace, so if you guys want to find out more about Lace, then make sure to use the link down in the description below in order to do so. Now, in closing of this particular section, I do want to highlight that a paper about running auctions using Hydra, which is going to be a layer 2 scaling solution for Cardano, has now been published. I believe that we are looking for the actual launch of Hydra sometime this year in 2023, which will only add to all the major upgrades that we're seeing coming to Cardano, which also include a sidechain development kit and more than 2 or 3 different stable coins coming to the network. That is going to wrap it up there for the first update that I want to talk about. The next update that I want to highlight is going to actually be the release of the January edition of the Cardano 360 videos. Now, if you guys are not familiar with this, this is a series of videos released every month by IOG, specifically led by Tim Harrison, who is, I believe, the head of their communications and community. He had the pleasure of speaking with members from USDA, which will be bringing a stable coin to Cardano. He also talked to Marvin Burton, who is the head or one of the heads of the Genius Yield protocol, which is going to be an order book style DEX building on Cardano. And then in closing, we did see a brief appearance by Wilson Davis, who is the COO from the Xerberus protocol. If you guys don't know about Xerberus, I do cover them here greatly on the channel, and their goal is to simplify the process of lending and borrowing synthetic assets and NFTs on Cardano as well as Ethereum. Now, in closing of this Cardano 360 episode, we did see a little bit of conversation surrounding the Edinburgh Decentralization Index. Now, if you guys are not familiar with what this is going to be a new feature being researched and developed by IOG specifically, trying to get a better gauge or a better feeling as to how decentralized a particular blockchain is. So you could probably imagine how important of a feature this would be once it's actually finished. And keep in mind that they're not just developing this for Cardano, they're developing this to be able to provide a decentralization index to any blockchain based on specific parameters about the blockchain itself. So if you guys missed out on this particular episode of the Cardano 360 series, I'll leave the description, or I'll leave the link to this video down in the description below. Make sure to check it out, especially the Edinburgh Decentralization Index portion. Now, having said that, I do want to say that generally speaking, Cardano, without any actual involvement with this new index, has already been identified to be one of the most decentralized blockchains right now on the market, with a MAV score of, I believe, anywhere between 20 to 27. And that's basically the minimum attack vector. So it measures how easily the blockchain could be taken over in the case that of an attack were to take place. Now, this compares to a value of 2 and 3 for Bitcoin and Ethereum respectively. So as you guys can see, we already kind of know that Cardano is very well decentralized, and they're probably ahead of the game when it comes to all the other blockchains. But with the release of this Edinburgh index, we should be able to see that clear cut with a lot of additional data backing that actual claim up. So again, I'm excited to see this. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about this new index coming to Cardano, as well as other blockchains being developed by IOG. Now, in closing of that particular video, they did talk a little bit about the Essential Cardano Guide, which was a recap of all of the highlights accomplished by IOG and the Cardano ecosystem, or the network, I should say, as a whole by the team. So this was a really cool article, and I will go ahead and leave the link to this down in the description as well. But I'm going to be breaking down all of this in a little bit more detail in a separate future video. So if you guys want to find out more about Cardano, stake pool operations, all the top builders within the ecosystem, and just a highlight list of all of the accomplishments from the year of 2022, then make sure to check that out. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is going to be the fact that we had a desynchronization of nodes on the Cardano blockchain. So let me go ahead and share my screen again here with you guys. And if you guys are not familiar, I did have a fully dedicated video to this, but I think it was on the 25th of January, we saw more than 50 or 60% of the Cardano nodes, which are used to validate transactions or blocks on the network, go out and basically restart on their own. Now, this was designed by IOG and the other foundations building Cardano, so the system did behave as expected, but it was an anomaly in the sense that this has never happened before. And so IOG has been doing a lot in terms of investigating this issue, and what I want to do is just give you guys a brief update on this matter. So shout out first off to Subcritical. If you guys are not already following Subcritical on Twitter, definitely make sure to go ahead and do so. He does a really good job of keeping the community in sync with all of the latest DeFi updates. Now, as it states here, breaking, the issue that caused 50% of nodes to restart has been patched with Cardano node version 1.35.5. I did go ahead and confirm this. They have released a brand new Cardano node version, which does include a fix for this anomaly. Now, as we can see here, we have a valid source, and I actually did confirm that this user here from Discord, Disasm, was also the one who actually published the updated Cardano node version on their repository. Now, taking a look at what was actually displayed on Discord, we can see that John Kelly asked if the recent update for the node version 1.35.5 was related to the quote-unquote event or the desynchronization from last week, in which Disasm responds to, yes, we will disclose more information about it in a few weeks, but the conclusion is it's very low risk to happen again. However, it's best to roll out a fix ASAP. Now, I did take a look at the release notes associated with this latest version, which mentions that it's not a breaking change version, so there shouldn't be any major updates to this that would cause any additional issues from this update. So if you guys are delegating to a stake pool, if you guys are SPOs yourselves, make sure to go ahead and update to this latest Cardano version. And again, shout out to Subcritical for this breaking information. As soon as I get more information, I'll make sure to go ahead and provide additional video updates. Moving right along. The next thing that I want to highlight is going to be the top Cardano projects with the highest engagement over the course of the last 7 days. Now, coming in at number 1, we have Tap Tools. If you guys are not familiar with Tap Tools, they're going to be an analytics and price feed marketplace in which you can find out about the latest tokens, as well as articles surrounding the general Cardano and blockchain space. Now, they just released their Tap Tools Pro feature, which gives additional features such as some investigative platforms which allow you to see the hottest wallets right now on Cardano. And they've also got a profiler platform that allows you to kind of see and investigate some of the biggest wallets, as well as your own wallets if you're interested in doing that on their platform. Coming in at number 2, comes to nobody's surprise, is the Hosky token. Hosky is one of just the favorite meme coins right now on Cardano. I'm not sure why they've got so many engagements this particular week, but they are coming in at number 2. Coming in at number 3, respectively, we have Cody, which is the founding arm of the JED stablecoin. And as you guys probably know, there's been just a ton of chat about the launch of that stablecoin coming to Cardano this coming week. And so it makes really good sense to me, at least, as to why they're coming in at number 3. Now, coming in at number 4, we've got book.io. If you guys are not familiar with this platform, they'll allow you to buy, sell, and read NFT-based books on their platform. Now, these guys just went multi-chain, in which we saw them have their Alice in Wonderland NFT mint on Cardano, and then just a few hours later, after it kicked off on Cardano, they also had a mint on Ethereum. So they're now going multi-chain. So I'm excited to see that there. Again, they're coming in at number 4, and then at number 5 and on, we're going to kind of pick up the pace here. We've got MinSwap, which is one of the top dexes on Cardano. Number 6, we've got Battle Pigs Reborn, Mud Squad at 7, Purple World at 8, Aneta BTC at 9, and then the Corgi Crew at number 10. All right, so that's going to do it there. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is going to be something that actually piqued my interest personally as I was scrolling through Twitter. This is going to be a platform called Xerberus. If you guys have not heard of Xerberus before, definitely make sure to go ahead and check them out on Twitter. But their goal is to provide analytics information about some of the tokens on Cardano. So before I jump into what they are actually building and what this is highlighting here, I just want to highlight that we've had a analytics tool spree on Cardano. We've got Tap Tools, Xerberus, CNFT Jungle, Poke NFT, and just so many other platforms that are now allowing you to do your own investigative research and analysis gathering using their tools. So I'm excited about that. Let me know if you guys are too, down in the comment section below. But let's just go ahead and just jump straight into what Xerberus is bringing to Cardano. So it says here, hey Cardano, can you spot the wash trading in this picture? See the different transaction patterns below. Our team at Xerberus is excited to soon unveil our new tool to investigate projects before investing in them. So this is exactly what caught my attention, and hopefully it's caught yours too, but I'm not aware of any other tool within the crypto or Cardano space specifically that allows for us to view wash trading activity. So the fact that this team has now taken this up and they've got some pretty cool models here, right, which kind of show transaction activity between 2 or more wallets has really gained my attention. So I'm doing what I can to spread the word here about Xerberus again. I think anything that helps us to keep the space accountable and transparent is always a plus. And I hope that you guys can also agree with that. Now, there's 2 things that I want to mention here about this particular project is the fact that on top of actually seeing what the wash trading looks like, which these circles here in green highlight examples of wash trading. But on top of that, they're going to have 2 tools. So the first tool is going to be a free portfolio tool. So now portfolio tracking, I think, is just kind of the thing, but they're going to be providing this for free out of the box. But if you're looking for more investigative tools like we have here, right, which allow you to detect wash trading, then you could potentially sign up for their paid platform. So let me just go ahead and quickly read this. Our protocol consists of 2 main components: a free tool for investigators to build a stronger portfolio, and a premium tool for researchers to conduct their own investigations and earn rewards for their findings. I actually did not see that last part there before, so I'm wondering how they're going to reward people for their investigation findings, But the fact that they're even thinking about doing that, I think is a plus, right? So I'm sure because of the rewards, they're probably going to see an uptick in people signing up to find issues or to find wash trading or whatever other investigative features they have on their platform in order to earn rewards. Now, in closing here, it says Xerberus takes input from researchers and combines it with our mathematical model to arrive at a fair and verifiable risk assessment for tokens. And so in closing here, what I want to say personally is I think that the free tool is great. Obviously, you know, the paid tool, you'll have to do your own research. And once they actually release that, I'll probably have an updated video kind of providing all the features and highlights that it actually provides. But keep in mind that whether or not projects are doing wash trading or not, there's always somebody who's winning. And so that's really what I wanted to bring up here. So for example, if you've got a NFT project that's doing wash trading on jpeg.store, again, just using this arbitrarily, I'm not going to name any projects because I'm not aware of any that are actively doing so, but it is rampant in the space given that they would want to impress potential investors by having large sales occur for their NFTs on jpeg.store, whatever platform they're using. You would typically see a project sell from one wallet to another wallet that they already own. But keep in mind that the marketplaces are always winning in this, given the fact that a lot of these projects have royalties. So the royalties will go back to the projects or the marketplace, depending on how that percentage is set up. But this is going to hopefully put an end to this. The same thing can also be said for fungible tokens, right? So for example, if you got a token trading on MintSwap and you've got two wallets that are used by the same person or a wallet that's interacting directly with the protocol, somebody could come and make a large purchase or a large sale. But again, keep in mind that because of some of the trading fees on these DEXs, the DEX will make some profit along the way. So that's what I wanted to highlight there. Again, Xerberus is going to be keeping us accountable, and they've already released additional tweets. So again, make sure to go and follow these guys, but they've released tweets within the ecosystem, just kind of reviewing tokenomics and some of the wallet distributions of some of the top projects building on Cardano, again, in the effort of keeping them accountable. So jumping back over, the next thing I want to highlight is going to be the WingRiders DAO. If you guys have not heard of WingRiders before, they're going to be a DEX building on Cardano, and they're focusing right now on the token trading of regular Cardano native tokens, but they will be launching a brand new stable swap feature. So stable swaps will allow for liquidity providers to easily jump in and provide liquidity for stable coin pairs, reducing their impermanent loss risks as well as their impacts from slippage. On top of that, it'll give us users of the dApps or the stable swap pools the ability to swap out our stable coins at a low risk with a low impact. Now, having said that, I'm actually going to be talking about something a little bit different, which is going to be their WingRiders DAO, which was just announced. If you guys are not familiar with what a DAO is, that's going to stand for a decentralized autonomous organization. So this will allow for members within the WingRiders community to now go ahead and actually perform on-chain governance for the voting and the direction of the actual protocol. So as it states here on their voting dashboard, which I'll leave a link to down below, but it's accessible at app.wingriders.com/voting. And it says here, you can participate in voting on proposals concerning the future of this platform. Use the power of your WingRiders governance tokens across our DEX and in your wallet. All proposals are now listed below. They've also got a pretty cool explanation of the actual voting, which is here. And so I'll probably release a fully dedicated video for this. But again, I just wanted to highlight the fact that they're not taking this a lot more seriously. If you guys don't recall, the WingRiders DEX did have an issue in which they saw some of their stable coins, which were wrapped in on the Nomad bridge, get hacked. And at that time, all their voting for how they kind of proceeded after that issue was all done within their Discord. So shout out to the WingRiders DEX team for continuing to build, not only bringing the stable swap feature, but also bringing this on-chain governance for the community. In closing, I just want to highlight some of the existing proposals that have already passed, as well as some of the active proposals that you guys can go ahead and vote on if you hold the WingRiders token. So as it states here, in terms of closed proposals, we had a proposal to actually implement some of the upcoming features, which again has closed. We also had another proposal which has closed, which was to reduce the royalties associated with the first riders fungible tokens. If you guys don't know what this is a fungible token that was rewarded to all the members who participated in the initial launch of the actual DEX. And then again, we had a past proposal for the implementation of stable swaps on WingRiders. If you guys want a fully dedicated video or a tutorial on the stable swap DEX, or the stable swap features, I should say, then make sure to check out the links that I'm going to leave down in the description below. And then when it comes to all the active proposals, we have 2 of them right now, and one of them is to depeg protection for ADA/stablecoin pools, and then the second is to add advanced graphs for their platform. Now, granted, this latest one here will probably require some additional development from the team, but I'm excited to see that they're actually considering doing all this again based on the community's feelings and the community's votes. So in closing, I want to talk about the NuFi wallet, which is a wallet developed to interact with the Cardano blockchain and the Solana blockchain, and it's now getting an additional upgrade to now also connect or talk to the Meta sidechain. So let me go ahead and share my screen again here with you guys. And as it states here from the official NuFi Twitter, did you hear NuFi wallets can now support Meta C1 assets? The sidechain bringing EVM dApps to Cardano. So this is an EVM compatible sidechain which has been released for over a year now, I believe, or close to a year at least, in which we've now seen EVM builders building on this platform, and it also bridges out to the Cardano ecosystem. So this wallet is now going to be supporting all the assets in smart contracts dealing with the Meta sidechain. Now, I'm not going to be able to break all of this down here, but it states NuFi can now connect to any dApp thanks to emulation mode. This feature lets NuFi connect in a place of popular wallets on Cardano, Ethereum, Meta, and Solana, and it also makes NuFi instantly usable with your favorite Web3 dApps. Now, they've got a fully dedicated article here, which I'll probably also break this down in a separate video, but again, this is a really huge step. And I also want to highlight the fact that the Flint wallet is also doing the same thing. So they recently updated their wallet as well to have support for Meta native assets or Meta tokens and smart contracts. So shout out to all the builders within the Cardano community right now. And that is going to do it for today's video. So again, if you guys appreciate this type of content, please make sure to tap that like button. But in today's video, we talked about the Cardano development, IOG, and their recent update when it comes to their Cardano 360 series led by Tim Harrison. We also talked about the node desynchronization and the recent upgrade to node version 1.35.5, as well as Xerberus and their wash trading technology, as well as the recent release of the WingRiders DAO and NuFi supporting Meta smart contracts and assets. Having said that, if you guys are stopping by this channel for the first time again, please consider subscribing. And if you guys want to delegate in order to support this channel, consider delegating with the Dapp pool, which is stake pool ticker DAPP. Having said that, I will see you guys in the next video.